Every night, a man named Ryan sat alone on the same bench outside a train station in Chicago. Rain or snow, it didn't matter. People noticed him because he always carried a small white box tied with a blue ribbon. For 3 years, Ryan never missed a single night. Some people thought he was waiting for someone. Others believed he had nowhere else to go. But the truth was much more heartbreaking. 3 years earlier, Ryan had been a successful businessman. He had a beautiful home, a loving wife, and plans for a bright future. Then one ordinary morning, everything changed. His wife was diagnosed with a serious illness. Ryan sold his car. Then he sold his savings. Then he sold almost everything he owned. He spent every dollar trying to help her recover. But despite all his efforts, she passed away. Before she died, she gave Ryan a small white box with a blue ribbon. She smiled and said, "Don't open this until the day you completely lose hope." After her death, Ryan couldn't bring himself to open it. Days became months, months became years. His friends slowly disappeared, his business collapsed, his house was gone. Eventually, all he had left was that small white box. Whenever life became unbearable, Ryan thought about opening it. But somehow, he always waited one more day. Then one freezing winter night, Ryan sat on the bench as usual. He looked around and realized he had reached his limit. He had no money, no family nearby, no reason left to keep fighting. With shaking hands, he untied the blue ribbon. For the first time in 3 years, he opened the box. Inside, there wasn't any money. There wasn't a hidden treasure. There wasn't even a letter. There was only a small mirror. Confused, Ryan picked it up. Under the mirror was a note written in his wife's handwriting. It said, "The person you see in this mirror carried me through the hardest days of my life. The person you see survived every storm. The person you see is stronger than he believes. And if you're reading this today, it means you survived again." Ryan stared at his reflection. For the first time in years, he didn't see a failure. He didn't see a broken man. He saw someone who had kept going despite losing almost everything. Ryan sat there quietly and cried. Not because he was weak, but because he finally remembered who he was. The next morning, people passing the station noticed something different. The bench was empty. Ryan wasn't there. Months later, a small community center opened nearby. The owner was a man named Ryan. On the wall hung a small mirror beside a handwritten message. "Sometimes the person who needs your belief the most is the one looking back at you." And every person who read those words left with the same realization. Hope doesn't always come from finding something new. Sometimes, hope comes from remembering the strength you already have.